Guys, so just because the trailer weeks are over doesn't mean there are plot weeks for No Way Home. Yep, these still exist, so we're going to have to talk about them. Movie picks up where the previous one left off. Police start chasing Spider-Man and bring him in for the murder of Mysterio. Peter gets interrogated as shown. He actually is shown in the trailer, and Rock attempts to interrupt the interrogation and manages to let Peter off the hook using proof that Fury gave him. School starts in those 15 minutes of showing us how Peter's life become. There's an Xmas theme, and Peter comes up with taking Strange to help him. Strange helps Peter's, but Peter breaks Strange's concentration. Strange's spell doesn't work properly, and basically Doc, Osborn, Electro Wizard, and Sandman all out or at least, but Doctor Strange catches them and imprisons them. Before he could go, Osborn tells Peter how he was the one who killed the with him in the original timeline, and if Strange sends him back, he'll die in Peter's hands, and Peter is ready to guilt. Peter breaks the sanctum and steals the artifact prison that has the villains in them. Of course, the villains escape, which is probably spoiled by the trailer as well. Peter and that it's his job, and they free Porter from prison. He's not interested in another dude who joins them who becomes Scorpion. He was in movie 1 too. The villains catch up to Spider-Man in a fight, and the bridge ensues. Spider-Man is overwhelmed, but is being decided out of. But Ned interferes and folds one of Gotham's bottom, saving him, but dies from his injuries later. Peter recovers goes back to the Saints but cannot find Strange. Starts messing up with the artifacts trying to help him. Strange shows up from a projection telling Peter that he'll help him when he needs him to set for him to Sanctum. Which Peter does, and then opens the pools again. Toby and Zanwafipio enter the universe and they team up. The final battle between the Sinister Six and Spider-Man and the New York that caused too much destruction. Spider-Man ruined into the building of the construction. Wizard, Scorpion, Sandman are easily defeated as MCU Peter uses extra powers against them. And the Spider-Man start getting the upper hand, Goblin brings the entire building down, capturing everything for himself and MCU Peter. Fight around New York City, Peter is very angry and knocks Goblin. But basically, they bring Toby and John P. back to the universes and goes back to MJ and Aunt May to reveal that he is Spider-Man. Very quiet scene, Strange comes back to the Sanctum where Wanda is ready and attacks him, bringing him for the release by Safito. And quiet scene, the Ted resident Alex goes in, King shows up in full cars and says, "You shouldn't be here," then prunes him. And there we go about the Spider-Man No Way Home weeks. This is actually pretty accurate given the trailer. This is actually pretty accurate week given what they are shown in the trailer. So this is basically about this video. Goodbye.